Hello you two, I hope you're all right. I'm going to read the next couple of chapters of Hotel Flamingo Carnival Caper. So in the last few chapters, we had Mr. Sweet, the horrible honey badger, who was the manager of the nocturnal animals, and they fired him. They told him to go because he wasn't very kind, because they were rehearsing in the middle of the night and Anna told him off. What else happened? Stella demolished the wall, which was actually the doorway to the ballroom as well. Now we're going to read chapter 12, which is called The Night Shift. There's the picture of them there. So the night shift. Anna spent the rest of her day in a daze, trying to be helpful but not getting very far. She watched happily as Stella fixed the ballroom door frame in the lobby and hung new glass doors. "Next time, make a mess tidily," said Hilary, distinctly unimpressed at having to vacuum the carpet again. But by the time they had finished, the lobby looked as good as new. "It's like the hotel was always missing it, and yet I never knew," said Anna. "Another room for me to clean," grumbled Hilary. Anna hadn't considered the extra workload for Hilary. "Yes, sorry," she said. "I'll help you with that." "As long as you dust properly," said Hilary. "How hard can it be?" teased Anna with a smile. "Cleaning is not a laughing matter," said Hilary. The day passed without any further excitement. Anna followed Hilary's directions, and by the late evening the ballroom was looking fabulously spick and span. But once most creatures had gone to bed, Anna realised she was too tired to stay up to cater for her nocturnal guests. "Go to bed, miss," said Lemmy. Recharged after a power nap. He could see she was struggling. "I've got the night shift covered. All meals have been prepared and they're ready for the guests." "Thanks, Lemmy," said Anna, drifting downstairs as her eyelids threatened to shut. "Any trouble from Mr. Sweet, just come and get me." "I think he's long gone, miss," said T-Bear, who was also heading off to bed. "Really?" said Anna. "The band had a big bust-up last night," he replied. "Well, I can't say I'm sad about seeing the back of Mr. Sweet," said Anna. "He was a nasty piece of work." "That honey badger put Mr. Ruffian in the shade," said T-Bear. Anna turned to Lemmy. "Looks like it might be a quiet one," she said. "Exactly how I like it," he replied. As Lemmy tidied some papers on a table in the lobby and the lift bell chimed, Cool Bananas walked out, rattling his drumsticks against a tall vase. Rat-a-tat-tat. "Good night," said Lemmy. "Or is it good morning for you?" "Hey, Lem," said Cool. "Any chance of some food?" "You bet," said Lemmy, trying to sound relaxed. "I'll get some now." Still no sign of your manager. "He's vanished," said Cool, clacking his sticks above his head happily. "But what about your gig?" asked Lemmy. "Oh, we don't need him," said Cool. "You'll be coming, right? I'll get you in on the guest list." Lemmy felt the tummy rumblings of being starstruck again. "You'd do that for me?" "No trouble," said Cool, drumming lightly on Lemmy's shoulders. They went into the restaurant and found Wilbur asleep at one of the tables. The sheepdog was still struggling to get used to having a roof over his head. "What's the deal with him?" asked Cool. "I love his hair. Think I could rock that look?" "That's Wilbur," said Lemmy. "He's not had a home for years, so he tends to forget that he can go to bed." "I know how that feels," said Cool. "We've been on the road non-stop for 2 years. I don't even know where I live anymore." Lemmy went to the sheepdog and rubbed his shoulder, gently waking him up. "It's getting late, sir," said Lemmy. "Is it?" said Wilbur, yawning. "Day and night. Ain't much different to me." "Hey," said Cool, "you're a nocturnal animal like us." "I suppose I am," said the sheepdog. "And great hair," said Cool. "You like it?" said Wilbur. "Yeah, it's massive." Wilbur smiled and held out his paw. "Nice to meet you," he said. Wilbur was at least 5 times the size of the bush baby, but the 2 animals shook paws. "If you're about later," said Cool, "we're practicing in the ballroom. Stop by." "Thanks," said Wilbur. "I will." Lemmy's eyes and mouth opened wide. There was nothing he'd like more than to watch the band play. "Oh, Lem," said Cool. "You too. You're always welcome." Cool slipped his sticks in the pocket and sat at a table. "Now for some food, yeah?" he said, smiling. "Right away," said Lemmy. And chapter 13 is The Flurry of Flamingos. There we go. The next few days were full of industry. The band practiced every night, watched by Wilbur and Lemmy, and throughout the day Stella worked solidly on the carnival float. There were piles of pink wood, pink metal and pink feathers everywhere on the terrace, and the guests quickly got used to the sound of drilling and hammering from the shed. But no one, not even Anna, was allowed to see what she was doing. "Can I have a look?" asked Anna. "I want it to be a surprise," said Stella, slamming the shed door. Anna crossed the terrace and watched Jojo dredge the pool for fallen leaves with the help of her pups. Despite the turn in seasons, the pool was still in great demand. Fairy animals, as well as those with thick blubbery skin, seemed very happy in the cooler temperatures. As Anna ventured into the lobby, she was cheered by the arrival of Miss Fragranti, the wildly theatrical flamingo. We like Miss Fragranti. "Darling," Miss Fragranti cried, swooping into the hotel lobby, followed by her dance students. "We are here." Anna skipped up and down. "So nice to see you again," she said. "No flamingo needs to be asked twice to join the carnival, darling," said Mrs. Fragranti. Anna laughed. It was always wonderful to have Miss Fragranti stay. "Did you have a good flight?" she asked. "The winds blew us along at almost twice our normal speed," she declared. "I fear a storm is brewing, but the show must go on, whatever the weather." "It must," agreed Anna. And is your costume ready?" asked the flamingo. "I take it you are wearing more than that." "Oh, I hadn't thought about a costume," said Anna. Mrs. Fragranti tutted. "Darling," she said, "if you're leading the carnival, you must be the carnival. Bright colours, feathers, outrageous headgear. You must wear the brightest outfit you can find." Anna looked herself up and down, unsure. "Maybe a big hat," she said. "Oh, please, darling. At the very least," said Mrs. Fragranti. She gave Anna a wonderfully big smile. "What?" said Anna, noticing a naughty twinkle in the flamingo's eye. "I have packed for this very problem," said Miss Fragranti, throwing her wings up in the air, "for we have brought the carnival with us." "Is it not a bit much?" said Anna. Anna was clothed in a magnificently bright feathered outfit with a headdress to match. So too was T-Bear and Lemmy. Miss Fragranti had prepared enough costumes for everyone. Oh, there's a picture of them. "It's certainly a change from our uniform," said T-Bear. "I love it," said Lemmy, flapping his new wings. Miss Fragranti handed Lemmy a pair of maracas and passed T-Bear a giant bass drum to strap to his chest. "I take it you can keep a beat," said Miss Fragranti. T-Bear's smile widened to fill his face. He pulled the drum straps over his shoulders and started to bang a rhythm. "You bet," he growled, wiggling his body to the groove. "Then I think you are ready," announced Miss Fragranti. And we'll leave it at that. That was cool, wasn't it? I do love Miss Fragranti. Right, I will read the next couple of chapters in a few days. Bye-bye.